long time ago, on New Year's Eve, a crew of friends went on a forest walk in the winter weather. However, it ended up with one of them falling into an abandoned location. At that moment, he met and befriended a little girl that had to live her life on her own and with her little house made of old playground pots. They then went back to a little alien party and celebrated as they start to go through the new year. Throughout the next 2 years, the crew has made many memories, along with making new friends, young, old, and unique in their own way. However, what they didn't know is that one day during that time, they would go on a very big adventure with many new things that are awaiting them at the Instantan Mega Fair. Wakey wakey, little Cupid.
Good morning, Skylar.
Happy birthday.
Oh, time does fly fast. Let me guess, I'm 8 years old now, right?
Yes, you're 8 now.
Yay, what are we going to do on my birthday today?
Well, I plan on going to the Instantan Mega Fair today with all of our friends. Would you like to do that?
Yes, I would love to.
Great, I'll go and call them to ask.
Hello?
Hi, I'm calling you because I'm wondering if you would come with me and Cupid to the Instantan Mega Fair for her 8th birthday, if you want to.
Sure, I'll be there soon. Thanks. Who is this?
Hi,
Hello, Skylar. What do you want to talk about?
I just want to know if you want to come with me and Cupid to the Instantan Mega Fair for her 8th birthday.
Yes, I would like to go with you guys.
Okay, see you there. Hello? Hi Borg, I was just wondering if you want to go to the Instantan Mega Fair with me and Cupid. It's for her 8th birthday. Yes, I'm not currently busy, so I'll go with you and Cupid. Yay, see you there.
What do you want?
Hi Velvet.
Oh, hi.
Do you want to go to the Instantan Mega Fair for Cupid's 8th birthday with us?
Sure, I don't really have anything to do.
Okay, see you there.
Bye. I wonder what a modern fair looks like.
Hi, Skylar!
Hi, do you want to go to the Instantan Mega Fair with us for Cupid's 8th birthday?
Sure! You don't mind if I bring Cashew along, right?
I don't mind.
That's great. See you there.
Okay, bye. Well, that's all of them. Are you ready to go?
Yes, I'm ready.
Good. Let's go to the Instantan Mega Fair.
Yes, it stinks. Now I can run again.
We've arrived at the Instantan Mega Fair.
Happy birthday, Cupid. Thanks. I brought you a lollipop. Oh, that's nice. Thanks. You're welcome. Cupid? Ouch, what's that for? You were staring at Cashew for longer than what someone would typically do. Why were you doing that? I don't know.
Hey Cupid, here's your bracelet. Well Cupid, where do you want to go first?
Maybe that roller coaster?
Okay, I'll come with you to protect you. Cupid, come back.
Wow! My son! He's all by himself!
Don't worry, he's with Cupid. I wonder why she did that though. Cupid, what are you doing here?
I wanted to go on with you. That's fine, but without my mom and your guardian? Oh, sorry. Hey, don't get upset. I'm actually...
Oh boy! What's happening?
I'm not sure.
Guys,
Why did you come to us?
we wanted to make sure that you're okay.
Cupid.
Hello? Hello?
Ah!
Hey, it's okay. I'm not hostile.
Okay, who are you?
Oh, sorry. I forgot to introduce myself. My name is Comet, and I explore the multiverse.
What's the multiverse?
Look out the window. See those light balls out there? Those are universe balls that lead to many universes. It seems that you managed to get out of your universe and flow in the multiverse. Well, you weren't frozen like a crystal like you should have been.
Okay,
So tell me, where did you come from? And how did you come here?
well, I came from Instantan, which is an amazing town. The crew and I were at the Instantan Mega Fair for Cupid's 8th birthday, but then all of a sudden, a big pebble crack appeared and we all fell down.
Well there, it seems like you and your buddies have come from a multiverse rift that took you guys here to the multiverse.
I wonder where the other guys are.
Maybe I can try looking for them. Do you have somebody that can identify them?
As a matter of fact, yes.
They look like nice people. Let me scan this and see if my inter-universal driver can detect some locations. Well, we found them.
Cool, so what happens now?
We take this puppy to these locations thrown across the multiverse and catch them, if you know what I mean.
Well then, let's go.
Great! We'll start with the closest destination, and then move on from there.
Okay,
First off, universe number 52804. That's where your robot friend is.
his name is Borg. I work at his arcade during the summer. I'm his electrician.
Wow, a weapon! That'll come in handy if we have to fight any hostile monsters that may get in our path.
What do you mean?
Well, I'm currently looking for Sir Lord Dark Flame, but I like to call him Flight TV, just for fun and teasing.
Okay, when are we going to be at this universe?
We're actually very close. It's right there.
Wow, What's it going to be like? Wow, this is a really frozen universe.
Here, take this suit.
What does it do?
It protects you from any foreign substance and element that may exist in universes that could cause harm to us.
Okay.
This frozen land seems to be abandoned.
Yes. I wonder if anyone still lives here. Hey look, there's a cave.
Great, let's take a look. Whoa, what was that? Cool, what did we think of that? It looks like you stepped on a flopper and it must have triggered this extra swing in front of us.
I have an idea. Grab my hand. We'll go across the big gap.
Cool, how did you do that?
Powers.
Right. Well, let's continue.
Yay, we found him.
When I count to 3, we'll lift him up, okay?
Okay.
Great. 1,
2.
3. Hey, stop that. Who are you? Hi, my name is Emily. I take care of his folks. Sorry if the voiceover goes as creepy, as if I am able to actually talk. So it's the first time when I speak out one word to say straight from my mind. Anyway, nice to meet you.
Hi Emily, my name is Skylar, and this is Comet.
Why are you here? We're here to get one of his friends back after he lived to spin out his universe. Wow, I never knew that there are multiple universes. That seems amazing. Follow me. This is my snowmobile. I use this to go across the snowy mountains. Is there any place that you want to go to? We need to get back to my inter-universal driver so that we can go get some friends with this one. Great. Do we have any directions that leads to that? Yes, we do. Okay, hop in so that we'll be there. Wow! Hold on. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention that I identify myself as Hanban Moon and prefer to stay in them if I can. Can I hear you guys?
Sure.
According to the track, it'll be there in a few minutes. Great.
Oh no. 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 I'll fix it. Just hold on. Yay!
We made it! Yeah, but what about my snowmobile? My wolves? My home?
Should we bring them with us?
I'm not sure.
What about the snowstorm? Where would they go? Would they survive it alone?
You do have a point. I'll send them to your universe after we finish all this. So that they can have a new, safer home. Hey,
Comet and I are thinking if you would like to join us on our journey, as well as to get you an even better home.
really? You guys would do that for me? Of course. If you want to come with us, we have to go now. The snowstorm is close to us.
Hurry!
Congratulations! We got one of our friends back.
So, Comet, how do we get Borg out of the crystal?
It's easy.
Ooh, what happened? Wait, why is there a cat that acts like a human and a tall person in green? Is this a dream? No, this isn't a dream. This is Comet, and this is Emily. Hi, I'm Borg. I'm one of Skylar's friends, and his boss at the Institute Arcade. Where are we?
We're in the multiverse. Skylar, Emily, and I are on a mission to get the rest of your friends back after your rift problem got them separated. Speaking of our mission, next stop, universe number 46231, which is where 2 more of your friends are located.
Those 2 friends are named Bottles and Glue. They're kind friends that enjoy the things we do. Bottles loves playing tennis, while Glue loves being social and having the most fun that he can get.
Hey, Skylar, can you come here?
Okay.
I wanted to give you something as a way to say thanks for letting me join you guys. Woof!
Nice. Thanks. What's his name?
His name is Snowball. I found him one day outside, so I took care of him for a few months before you guys came along.
Okay. Are you sure you want to give him to me?
I'm sure. I'll miss my wolf though. It sucks that they passed away in the icy water.
Yeah, they'll live on our spirits though.
Yes, yes they will.
I wonder what Cupid will say when she sees him.
I bet she'll be very happy. Where is she?
I don't know. She ended up getting the rift with the rest of us. That's a good question that you asked me though. Where is she?
I think she'll be fine. She should be in a crystal along with the rest of your friends.
Yeah, you're right.
Ah! Where am I?
Hey, be quiet.
Don't worry, Cupid. I'm here too. We should be worried, Cashew. We're trapped. Okay, you do have a point, but what are we going to do? This is prison. I don't know. I can't see anyone else that I can recognize. Not even Skylar is here. Yes, but look on the bright side. At least I'm still here with you after what happened at the Institute Make It Fair. Yeah, we are.
Hey, stop messing around and head to the cafeteria.
Well, we have to go now. I can't stand this anymore. Cupid, are you okay? No, I'm not.
Hey, if you shout one more time, then you're going to spend all of tomorrow in a steel box.
I really miss my friends. I really miss Skylar. I just want to go back home. Hey, it'll be okay. You don't know what I've been through so far in my life. This isn't really great for another year. You can tell me anything. You know that, right? Yeah, well... Hey guys, I'm gonna get you two out of here. Get in the front.
Hey, get back in here now.
No!
Oh, we'll get you, alright. We'll find you, we'll get you, and you'll go bye-bye. Report this to the Lord.
Yes, sir. So, how are we going to survive until we get home? I'm not sure, but I'll make sure that you guys make it in time. We just have to look for someone to stay for now, okay? Okay. Hey guys, I found something. Come here.
Oh, who goes there?
Hi, my name's Velvet, and these are my friends, Cupid and Cashew. We escaped from a prison in this land.
Okay, it seems that you're escapers. Come on in.
Hi there, I'm Soil, the leader of this village. I was a victim of that evil person, which is why I no longer have a body. But even without that, I'm still capable of protecting this village ever since the battle. That's cool. It must be a very hard job to run this in secret. Yep, now let's get you guys a place to live for now. Here at this village, we promise to be nice to each other and protect each other at all costs. It's nice to finally see some guests after a very long time. So I would glad that we could come here for now. Let's stay here for now until we're able to get back home. Fair enough. Come with me. I'll get you guys a house. This is where you'll stay for now. I hope that you'll enjoy this place. If you need anything, just head to the village hall and submit a question to the giant calculator inside. Thanks. Okay guys, let's go inside and settle down in this house for now. Oh, this looks nice. Hey Cupid, come upstairs. You should see this. They look nice, do they? Yeah, they do. Which one is yours? I believe that this one is yours. Oh, okay. Wow, this would be a nice room for us to hang out and talk. Well, if you want to. Maybe, if I get bored. Oh, okay. Hey guys, I made spaghetti. Come down here and eat it. Hold on, let's go eat. Yeah. Lord, the children got away from the prison because of a spirit.
What?
Yeah, we couldn't catch them in time.
Well, that's unfortunate. We need a plan to get them back to the prison and to get that spirit out of here.
But how?
Well, where do spirits come from?
People who pass away?
Yes. How many spirits are currently in this land?
298 regular spirits and one vessel spirit. The one that we found earlier is capable of handling power on its own.
That's interesting. Our original plan was to get all these regular spirits together so that are basically invisible. But in the first place, it is a first term. Not only that, this term relations to governmental systems across the multiverse, which it governs the remote and enable us to have complete control. Hey, get back to work. You, head back to the prison, round up the crew, and get all the spirits.
Yes, sir. Skylar, where are you? I hope that you're okay. Don't worry, Cupid. I'm sure that he's doing well. Anyway, there's a question I've been wanting to ask you. Yes? What happened to you back at the entrance to the fair? I had to snap your eye in order for you to focus. Oh, that. I don't really know why, but whenever I see Cashew, I start to get this weird feeling. This hasn't happened before, even when we first met. It seems like you start to have feelings for him. What does that mean?
It means that you have a feeling of love that you may have never experienced before for a particular person in your life. It feels like you want that person no matter what. Do you feel like that?
I guess. Well, tomorrow I'll help you tell him your feelings. Is that okay? Yes, let's do it. I do need some help because I'm scared if he rejects. Hey, no matter what happens, at least I'll show him your bravery. Okay. Good night. Good night. What is Skylar doing right now?
Wow, this was interesting. Yeah. Hey Comet, what's going on?
This looks similar. Like I've been here before. Have you ever been in this place before? Wow.
Comet,
Hi.
it's been so long. How are you, my buddy?
I'm good. I found these nice people for my life journey. I'm going around the multiverse to get back this young boy's friends.
Hi, you look similar to my friend Velvet. Are you related? No, but I can see where you're going. You must be a person from universe number 15987. That's where she was born and lived at. Now come with me. There's something that I must show you. Sure. I never knew that a vessel being is alive today until you came along. What? A vessel being? I don't know what you're talking about. Well, I can tell that you're a vessel being based on the fact that you have wings and a snap one. Huh. Is that something about me that I don't know yet? Skylar, there's something about you that's only found in those chosen for the multiverse. Hey guys, a vessel being is here, and alive. Wow, I never knew that I would be a very important person. A vessel being, you say? I thought that all the vessel beings were gone, but it seems like there's one left. After the whole incident, I thought we were nothing but spirits now. Our mission worked. So you guys caused the incident at the Instantan Mega Fair? Well, yes. Who are you anyway? Oh yeah, where's my manners? I'm the channeler. I'm in charge of the multiverse. Throughout thousands of years, I've been watching it with my own eye, and I love all the thriving universes that surround it. Cool.
Anyway, have you guys seen any people stuck in crystals somewhere nearby? I've tracked 2 people who've somehow managed to get here.
Well, yes. We were examining these crystals to see how these wonderful beings have come ever since their respective species were created millions of years ago. If you do need them though, then you can have them.
Skylar, I'm so happy to see you again.
Me too.
What's going on?
The multiverse is in trouble. Star-Lord Doc Boyd and the corruption beings are planning on taking it over, corrupting it in the process. Skylar here is the last vessel being we have that's alive, so he's the last hope. Most of our extraordinary League of Vessel fighters have sadly lost their lives when they were fighting in the Dark Shadow Battle of 1999, when the universe battle took place and became corrupted and inaccessible to outsiders. We do not know where they are, or if any of the spirits are still alive. Are you guys able to help Comet and find a way to end this war once and for all? Sure.
Of course. I'd be happy to help.
The more help, the merrier.
I agree with him. Let's do this.
Great. Now head on back to Comet's Inter-Universal Driver and find a way to bring peace to the multiverse. Good luck.
Okay guys, today is the day that the village was founded.
We need to prepare for the epic Gravity Jam fireworks show tonight, so I'm going to give some tasks to some groups. The village decorator will decorate the village for the occasion. The village military will prepare the cannons, and I'll get Velvet, Cupid, and Cashew to gather some Gravity Jam.
Got it.
Are you guys excited to gather some Gravity Jam with me?
What's Gravity Jam?
Gravity Jam is a form of jam that floats in the air. They're usually found hanging around many trees.
Cool. Hey Velvet, I have something to ask.
Yes?
If I were to get the attention of a crush, do I just hit them with a stick like this one I'm holding?
Cupid, that's a pretty dumb thing to do. What you should do instead is to grab a sticky note, write a sweet message, and then send it to him without him knowing. You won't go anywhere if you choose violence.
Okay, I understand.
We can do something about your cousin Cashew later. We have to get enough Gravity Jam for tonight. Cashew gathered a lot of it in his basket.
Wow, what a champ. Wow, that's incredible. We'll have the best night ever with this much Gravity Jam to launch into the sky and explode with passion. Now you guys get ready for the night. The celebration starts in an hour. Is there something that you're thinking about, Cupid? Yeah, my dad used to like fireworks. He and my mom were pretty good parents.
Where? What happened?
Oh, well, I guess I'll tell you. Some of this information came from what Skylar learned. My mom was once a member of the Quest of Grand Journey ever since she was a teen. It's a group of scouts that journey around the world in the name of discovery. Mom managed to go from Class Emerald as a young teen all the way to the highest class of Scout, Class Ruby.
Wait, do they wear the same uniform as what Bottles wears often?
Yes. Bottles told me that she found an old uniform while she lived alone as a child, in which she eventually grew in. Shortly after she met Skylar, she found out about the Quest of Grand Journey and managed to become one of the newest Class Emerald Scouts. I'm happy that they still exist to this day, especially after what happened.
What did happen?
Well, first, I have to tell you some more background information about my mom and dad. When she was a Class Gold Scout as a young adult, she met my dad while on a discovery through the nature of Canada. He was a pretty nice guy and was also a Class Gold Scout. Eventually, after a few years of dating, she managed to successfully move to Canada and marry him after some planning and great effort. Shortly after, they had me and raised me for almost 6 years. Aw, that's sweet.
But how did they continue the journey after having you?
Good question. They knew that having me would interfere with their journey as scouts. That's when Skylar came into my life. He was my babysitter after graduating a babysitting course, in which he watched over me starting when I was 3 for every time to go on a summer quest. During those times, I would receive letters from them, which Skylar would read them out loud to me. I loved the stories that they wrote in them, which made me wish that I would become a scout. I still do to this day, but I have to wait another 5 years in order to apply.
Cool. Though I'm still wondering about what happened. Are you able to tell me now?
Yes, you see, about 5 months before I turned 6, my mom and dad were about to go on the biggest journey ever. The purpose was apparently to find some unknown kind of powerful crystal that the scout raiders detected inside the caves of a tall mountain. I happened to have a photo of the scan. They eventually went on the journey in March, which leaves me under Scar's care again. However, I never received a word back from them. I eventually found out why.
Did something horrible happen?
Yes. A powerful storm was raging around the mountain at the time they were there, and they sadly didn't survive. After Scar heard about it in the news, he told me the news. I became very upset that I lost my parents to a storm, and I was shortly taken from child services as Skylar didn't have any kind of custody at the time.
Oh, I'm sorry for your loss.
Thanks. I had to spend some time at a foster home for about 5 months after that. It was decent, but I still missed my parents. However, what I didn't expect is that there was a bright light at the end of the tunnel.
What was it?
Apparently, the real states a bit of Skylar. They really enjoyed the amount of effort that he put into babysitting me, and requested that he would gain custody of me as my legal guardian, just in case they end up in a deadly situation before I become an adult. The judge originally thought that they were nice to request someone as Skylar, but after some information he saw that contained my experiences with him, he changed his mind. After all, he's a person with unique abilities. He then got Skylar from school and delivered him the opportunity at court. Thankfully, he agreed and became my guardian. That's why he still watches over me to this day. I really can't think of anyone else to guide my life after my parents' death other than him.
That's a bold claim, but I can see why after what I learned from him. Anyway, I'm glad that you can continue to live a happy life.
Thanks. Speaking of Skylar, I wonder what he's doing right now.
Do you know where we need to go next?
Well, according to the inter-universal driver, the next most specific device nearby, the name of the person is Billy Cinnamon.
That's Cassio's mother.
It seems that we remain the same distance as her, even as we move. Let's speed up and see what's going on. Oh, come on!
What's going on?
Billy is in the hands of some corruption beings. You're going to have to snatch her off that ship and bring it to the inter-universal driver.
Got it. Hey, getting us off our prize.
That's one of my friends.
Hey!
Here you go.
Skylar, watch out!
Huh? Ah! Oh, you get it!
Bring it on! Whoa!
is that cat protecting us? And who are you?
My name is Emily. This my Tyson Connor. And I'm being on head because we got you away from them. You were thrown here on the crystal.
Huh?
Give up?
Never! We will take control. We will impose order. We're coming. We're coming.
Guys, it's Skylar. He's in trouble. Hold on tight. We're going on a quick detour.
Wow, this is very impressive.
Yeah. This is the best I've ever seen.
Well, that's it. Did you guys like it?
Yes.
That's good. Now everyone should head to bed. We have another day to tackle. That was an amazing show. I agree. I think we all loved it.
Yeah, I'm going to tell Skylar all about this whenever I finally get to see him again.
I'm pretty sure he'll love it. I hope he's okay.
Wow, this is new.
How about I go see what's going on and come back with results?
Sure. Carmen, is that you? Yes, it's me. You can't believe what I've went through recently while I was searching for some lost out boy. Anyway, have you guys seen a person named Skylar? He's a teenager, has blonde hair, blue eyes, glasses. He's really positive drivers. Wait, you met him? I missed him so much. Oh yes, he told me a lot about you ever since I met him. You're a very good kid, Cupid. And why do you think? Wow, you found the best too? Thanks. You're welcome. Skylar and I looked all over and brought them the 60s. Speaking of Skylar, where is he? Guys, it's him. Look, it's our first Wolverine. Yay!
Ooh, that was interesting.
Skylar!
Cupid, I'm so happy to see you again. Did you miss me?
Yes, I did. I've just heard that you were on a journey.
Yes, I did. I got all of us back together, and I got someone new to join us. Plus, we have a puppy now.
Okay, stop it. Anyway, there's something interesting going on. I've heard some very important stuff from a god I had to fight back in the multiverse. He said something about taking control and imposing order. It might be something we should be worried about.
Interesting. I always hear that the corruption beings will plan on a full takeover of the multiverse, especially after the battle. I think we should be prepared for an attack and fight back against them. Agreed. We should prepare for Operation Spirit Defense. Meet me here tomorrow morning and we'll discuss some plans. Okay guys, as you all know, there's a good chance that Star-Lord Dark Void and the corruption beings will come and begin the takeover of the multiverse. Because of this, we need to prepare a strong defense that can hopefully cause a halt towards them. For now, Skylar, Comet, Velvet, and I will discuss potential battle plans. I'm planning on putting the rest of these heroes in different categories, including cleaning, vessel shift, clothing manager, and land scout. But first, the most important thing we need is some vessel shift. You don't have any vessel shift? We haven't used our military equipment in a long time, so we need some fresh, powerful vessel shift to bring them back into tune. So we have our Discoverer here using a vessel shift detector to find some. What's vessel shift? I'm glad you asked. Vessel shift is the most powerful element in the multiverse. It's always found in the form of a crystal that contains various amounts of power. We've used it in the past to fight against the corruption beings. It has always worked until they started to overpower us. For this spell, we need a large, fresh, more powerful vessel shift that we can make copies of so that the corruption beings have no chance against us. Cool. About that, we haven't found any yet. I've looked all over the caves and I haven't found any strong sources of vessel shift. I'm starting to feel like we might be doomed. Or not.
Huh. Why do you have your detector all over my face?
Huh, this is very interesting. Somehow, you're radiating vessel shift all over yourself. I've never seen anyone like that before. In fact, the amount of power from it is very high-end. Hey Emily, why do you emit high levels of vessel shift energy?
Honestly, I have no idea.
Soil, do you think you could successfully make copies of vessel shift using a live being safely?
I've never done that before, but we can try.
Good.
Okay, now that we have everything we need, I'll call out the tasks that I will give to different groups of people. Cupid and Cashew will clean up and prepare the military equipment and vehicles.
Got it.
Bottles will be a happy base manager. Nice. Glutenborg will document any possible notes from enemy bases.
That's a bold job to do, but we'll do it.
Yeah. Finally, Billy will watch over and prepare Emily for the vessel shift cloning process, and for us to prepare the machine for its first alive being.
Cool! Thankfully, I have the tools to get ready for that important part of our plan.
Good. Now get to it.
Copy
that. Wow, it's pretty nice that we get to help preserve the diversity and uniqueness of the multiverse. Agreed. Now you should go check on your posts. We're heading towards this location on the map where some enemy troops are discussing at. Okay, we'll plan on attacking the village at the south entrance. Then, after all the forces try to attack us, they'll come in from all other sides and take over. After taking power, Star-Lord Dark Void will take all the spirits and significantly increase power, enabling a full takeover of the multiverse.
Oh yes, good plan.
It's so perfect and no one can stop us.
You got that remembered? Yup, let's go. Hey Bottles, how's the management going?
Pretty well. I'm just getting this one to shape. This manual I found will help me do exactly that. Okay, kid. Now I know that you're new to this, but lucky for you, we have two pros who have had experience in battles before. Yep. Anyway, let's discuss the plans. We believe that our enemies are on their way to the village. The distance between it and the land is pretty long, so we have a few days to plan and prepare for the battle. When they do come, we'll have the vessel ship ready and then send it into our equipment and vehicles. Our escapees are currently being taught how to fight and how to defend themselves. Lastly, we'll prep up the lighthouse as a weapon to put an end to Star-Lord Dark Void once and for all.
Wow, you guys know a lot about the battlefield and how to prepare for a battle.
Of course, Comet and I were a part of the old, yet legendary League of Vessel Fighters. We and the other 3 members were at the top of the class when it came to defending the multiverse from trouble.
Cool. How did you manage to get in, Velvet?
Well, it all started in 1987. I became a teenager back in Islington. Me and my family decided to go to the old Islington Museum of History for my birthday. I love to learn all about the past.
Wait, isn't that the museum that got destroyed that year, based on my learnings?
Yes, in fact, my 15th birthday was also the day that it got destroyed, all because of a multiverse rift. I still have the newspaper. Anyway, I arrived at the mixed up Rainbow Forest, aka Universe number 46231, alive and well.
Some vessel beings found me and welcomed me into the universe. They were a friendly and diverse crowd of beings. I even got to meet the channeler. He was pretty cool. Then nighttime came, which welcomed me with a surprise. I ended up getting powers after witnessing a vision. Hey, I got a vision and I received my powers. I remembered it a lot. My spirit was in a deep state, surrounded by thunder, and only thunder, until I woke up and found myself with electric powers and some wings. Mine was very similar, except my spirit was surrounded with anything a child can imagine. After I realized I have powers, I decided to go to the channel to ask what's going on. He explained that I was born with an imagination charged with human spirit, and that it got fully developed and charged my spirit when I had the vision. I was chosen to wield the powers of imagination, which allowed me to unleash objects and creatures from the magic wand I used to have. I had 12 years of experience with my powers of full power. I discovered multiple universes of Comet and met 3 other amazing friends. First was May, an amazing electric gecko. They really loved moving around at high speeds, just like you, Skylar. Second was Blister, a very fiery polar bear. He was the muscles of the group, and he spread face with justice like a champ. Last was Chive, a little yet strong nature fairy. She was the support beam of the group, and she always lended a helping hand for the others when push came to shove, despite being little. Along with me and Comet, we became the League of Crystal Fighters. Cool. We went to that universe when we were looking for bottles and glue. The channel said something about most of you guys losing your lives in the Dark Shadow Battle of 1999.
Yep, it was very tough. It was also the time that we first met Sir Lord Dark Void. He wasn't kidding when he showed that the era of chaos was about to begin, surely before he led his angry march towards the battlefield, which is the land that we're standing on right now.
A lot of us, including me, were also surviving victims of this tragedy. The rest of us were sadly lost to the corruption of the corruption beings. We had to run into hiding and build a village in order to finally live in peace away from those monsters. It worked for 22 years, but now we know where we are and are working to take over the entire multiverse, using us to feel more of their energy. As for the others, Comet and the rest of the Universal Spirits managed to get away shortly before the corrosion placed a curse not only on this universe, but also Universal Spirits in general. Then there was us 4. We were fighting Sword Dark Void ourselves head-on. Sadly, we weren't powerful enough to beat him. He had got enough energy from lost spirits to seal our fate. He had to fly away fast in order to not be caught within his grasp. How did you guys escape? We found an old portal machine in the multiverse, and that was the only way to get out of this universe safely. The main part of the curse was to prevent any vessel beings, spirits, and charges from leaving the universe. Even the inter-universal driver now can't get out because of the curse. Sadly, we lost Old May in the process. They sacrificed themselves to get us to safety, as not only did they power the portal machine, but they prevented the corruption beings from getting the rest of us and greatly increasing the power. They were coming through the door without warning. Oh no, that's horrible. I'm sorry for your loss. Thanks. I really miss them so much. We kept the electric charge for a long time, but me and my teammates eventually decided to unleash it into my universe in order to gain one last hope. And it looks like that last hope was you. Really? Yep, the powers you possess were once May's. I feel like they would have been very proud of you if the spirit was still alive today. I'm sorry about your loss too. After this battle, we'll make sure that we have a statue of your friends somewhere in the multiverse to honor the sacrifice they made. Thanks. Anyway, let's get back to planning. Well, Cupid, that's a lot of stuff that we have to prepare for the battle. Yes, it's very cool though, to be honest. Yeah, they look like very advanced and large versions of some of the toys we saw in the past. I still wonder why we don't have them unlike the other kids. Anyway, we should head back to cleaning. Yeah, we should. Hey, are you okay? Oh yeah,
I am. I'm feeling fine. Are you sure? I've actually seen you a lot more worried ever since we got into the situation. Plus, I saw a lot of sticky notes across my room shortly before we went to the celebration. Is that something that you're scared of telling me? Hey, I'm your best friend. You can tell me anything, okay? I won't judge. Well, okay. I like you. I like you too. No, what I mean is, I like you. Like a lot. Wow, I never knew that. No one ever liked me like that before. Why do you like me that way? Well, you're smart, kind, and pretty cute. This is why I went ahead of the line and got on the ride with you. This is why I made the sticky notes. This is why I was feeling worried a lot lately. Well, Miss Skylar, those feelings weren't about the fact that I did miss him. It was about you. You're just special to me. Wow, thanks. I never thought that I was special to you. To be fair, I really wanted to hang out with you more than my other friends. I don't know why that is, but I just seem to have a lot of fun with you. For example, back at the fair, I was going to say that I'm actually glad that you came on the ride with me, as you always seem to fill me with joy. So I guess I like you back, if that's how it is. Really? Yes, I wouldn't lie to you. However, I don't know what my mom and your guardian would say about us and how they would let us be, so I think we should just leave it up to them. Sure. Thanks for talking this stuff out with me. It really means a lot to me. You're welcome. Now let's get back to cleaning. Yeah.
So, how do you feel to be an important part of the defending the entire multiverse?
I guess it's interesting, but I'm still puzzled about this new vessel shift thing.
Well, whatever the case is, I'll be by your side for the procedure. I'm pretty sure that it'll be ready any minute now.
Thanks. At least I live a mostly decent life so far, despite the many challenges of life.
Yeah, I had to go through tough obstacles through high school. It was like a roller coaster, a very scary roller coaster. But hey, at least I successfully graduated and now run a workshop where I fix things.
Nice. Now, I've always thought of myself as a complicated person. Ever since I was a child, I've always been curious about who I exactly am. Now, it's not because I'm unable to speak normally, as I have some other family members who have the same issue. Not all, but some. No influence or encouragement was made either, and I never intended or wanted to be seen as some kind of trendy person. In fact, I don't really know what caused me to be this curious.
Yeah, I get that.
Anyway, I was drawn primarily to two things during childhood: books and crafts. I loved reading a lot, but not as much as making crafts. In fact, I learned how to make pop-up books when I was in elementary school. It filled me with pure joy. However, even with those things, I still kept going. Another area of myself that I was curious about was how I fit in with everyone else. To be honest, I always sensed myself as something outside the ordinary, but I never knew exactly where outside I was. That was until middle school, when I first learned what non-binary was. When I did, I suddenly felt like it clicked with me, like it made sense. So I've identified with it ever since. But even then, I still wonder every so often about who and what I'm supposed to be, even to this day.
Well, Emily, I'm glad that you're finding out more about yourself throughout your life.
Thanks.
I wonder, though, why are those monsters wanting to take over the multiverse? Did we do something, as a whole, to annoy any of them?
I'm not sure, but either way, we can't let them do this.
Yeah, I think we can do it. High five!
High five. Hey guys, it's ready.
Well, Emily, are you ready?
Sure, I guess. So, we decided to modify the machine to fit into our bed,
Emily will be attached with 3 insertion cups, 1 in the head and 2 in the hands. All 3 will read and safely gather the necessary energy without burning them out. It'll take the night, but it should be fine.
Okay.
The machine will start in a couple of hours, so try to start on a good night's sleep.
Okay. Good night, Billy.
Good night, Emily.
That person is really nice. I can't wait to spend more time with her when I get to her universe with Skylar and the rest. Speaking of the rest, how are they? Hi, did you two finish your task?
Yep, we heard way more than we needed to, but we reported over via radio and announced it on the plans.
Great. Any problems with the enemy?
Nope, we were very silent. Or did you? Yeah, nice try. Come next night, we'll send our forces directly on the village, and we'll make sure that no one can stop us.
Guys, get in.
Huh? Looks like you guys are lucky. Apparently, our 36 hours left before the vessel ship inside dying from the lack of care. I'll wait here in the meantime.
Well, looks like we're stuck here. Can I please have the radio?
Sure.
Oh no, the metal inside the base is interfering with the radio signal. I'm going to have to modify it in order to get a stronger signal. Well, Skylar, how does it feel to be put into battle?
Interesting. Though I wonder why the corruption beings hate us so much. Do you have an idea about why that is?
I'm not sure, but I have a theory. First, I have to ask, how old do you think I am?
32?
Nope, it might be funny for me to say, but I'm actually over 15 billion years old.
Really? That's impossible. You're lying, aren't you?
Nope. You see, I have the power of immortality, so I can't die. Ever.
Cool, but I still can't believe that you're over 15 billion years old.
Well, I have an interesting history with the multiverse. I've been with it ever since the beginning, and even before it was made.
How?
Well, kid, before the multiverse was even made, there was just one single universe. In that universe, there was a planet called Earth, or what I now just call it, the Old World. Back in the Old World, we were living in a futuristic society. Everyone got over the fears, their struggles, and their challenges. We thought that we had the best planet in the entire universe. But one day, a spaceship arrived on the planet's surface. In that ship, there were some beings that looked a lot like humans, except for a few minor differences. We decided to name them the Parahumans. From the beginning, the humans and Parahumans actually were friends. We shared our stuff with each other, taught our learnings with each other, and welcomed them into our society.
Wow. How about you? What were you like back then?
I'm glad you asked. I was also a human back then, a human named Globe. I was a scientist. I love discovering everything that makes us us and surrounds us. So, when I discovered about the Parahumans, I knew that I had to discover their work. My findings concerning them teaching me about 5 incredible elements, all in the form of charges. An electric charge that could potentially give us endless energy without wasting any resources. A fire charge that creates flames faster than any of our natural and artificial processes. And a moral charge that gives us endless life. An imagination charge that can grant us anything that we can dream of. And lastly, a nature charge that can grow plants, trees, and every other plant in an instant, as well as healing any other being after it gets hurt and reviving dead beings. I thought they were the coolest. Thankfully, they allowed me to gather a few containers containing samples of each of the 5 elemental charges and bring them home to my lab with my kitty.
Wow, that must have been very interesting to take a look at. Anyway, what's the cat's name, Comet?
Yes, could I? Anyway, I did have some fun taking a look at each element. I I discovered a lot about each one and his unique abilities. But it was fun to learn about the power humans. Our friendship didn't last long.
How come?
Well, some of us humans were believing that the power humans were going to take us over with their stuff, so they tried to attack them. Some countries started to ban them from entering and started to treat them as they were below us. This didn't go well, as they eventually packed up their belongings and started to leave. However, as if we thought that everything would end up going back to how it was before we met them, they had something hidden that they unleashed on us by surprise. A sixth element, named corruption. They used all of it to make a dangerous storm. As they left, the storm began to grow and affect more of the world. It became clear to us that it started to cause massive damage. They wanted us gone as a whole.
Whoa.
Yeah, well, however, still had the samples, in which I began to find a way to use them to help the world fight back against. But as I kept trying to develop it, the storm kept getting stronger and larger. Eventually, it was too late. As it grew into North America, the damage was already done. I heard it was coming to my home, which caused my cat and I to be scared for our lives. I thought that the human race as a whole would be done. But as I tried to protect the sample from causing more damage to me, I was hit directly by one of the storm's blast. Little did I know, a surprise will come that will change everything together. Hence, the disruptive reset was made.
Hey, that's one of those theories that I was told about in the past. You're telling me it's real?
Yep, after the disruptive reset, I was lying down on a very cold and icy surface. As I woke up, I quickly discovered that everything changed, including myself. An ice age was in full swing, all the progress was gone, and lastly, I somehow fused with my cat. I spent the first 10 billion years surviving in many different places and going through tons of different challenges and obstacles. I dealt with massive creatures, small creatures, and everything in between. I went through the growth and progress that nature had intended for me to explore. Eventually, after a total of 14.5 billion years, I finally met some humans, all advanced up to the same point as the 2010s back in the old world. At least based on what I learned back in my life from the old world. It was then when I had met the great Scott-Blue Lilacs.
Lilacs? Isn't that Emily's last name?
You know what? He did look similar to them. In fact, I believe that the universe that we met them at is the same as the one I was born in. Which is a little funny since it's been so long. Anyway, he gave me my greatest possession, the Inter-Universal Driver. His ancestors have improved the technology for decades at that point, in which it finally became ready. Now I was able to finally escape and discover the impact that the Great Reset really made, which was the multiverse. When I first saw it, I was amazed. I knew that I was about to go on a grand journey. Ever since, life has been becoming more normal for me. I discovered many other universes. I met the spirits in the Channeler. I became a part of the League of First Fighters, fought against the corruption beings, and now I met yours to get ready for the greatest battle of my life.
Cool, but what about the power humans? What happened to them?
Well, they all survived with me. Whenever I saw them, I knew from their eyes that they recognized me, that they remembered what many of the old world humans have done to them, and what must have happened to them after the storm. They have become the corruption beings, and they want revenge.
Wow, all of that's very interesting, and a little scary.
I've said enough about me and them. They want to take over the multiverse as an act of revenge. They want their elements back, and they're willing to impose order and control to us. And we need to stop them from doing exactly that.
Comet, it's me, Billy. We managed to safely gather all the visual shift we needed. But Emily is currently having a panic attack, and we don't know why. Emily, are you okay? Emily! Emily!
Hello? Silence! I need to check on Emily now. What happened?
I'm not exactly sure. They were having a shocking panic attack, which caused the suction cups and cords to contract. Virtual shift energy short circuits and explode. Now they're shivering and their eyes are just tight shut and glowing for some reason.
Huh, Let me call Velvet and see if she can figure it out. Hey Velvet, can you come quick? Emily just had a panic attack and is now shivering in fear. I think I know what's going on. What's that? Well, when you go to sleep every night, do you sense yourself in a dream world for a wonder where you see some memories and find something to discover? Well, yes, they're usually enjoyable. These experiences are normally only accessible for vessel beings, but somehow Emily also experiences them too. However, it seems that something's going on inside that's disturbing them. We'll need to go inside their head to try to clear things up. Billy, do you think you could go in with me to figure things out inside?
Why me?
Because it seems like you're the closest person to Emily that I know of.
How come?
You made them feel more welcome when you first met them. It seems like you take a liking to them.
Well, I guess I do.
Wow, I think you two would make a nice couple. You should go with Velvet and fix what Emily's dealing with.
Okay, I can do this. Let's go.
Got it.
Hey, are you okay?
No, I'm not. I just don't get it. I keep getting glimpses of this, but I can't remember the whole thing. They always boil me up, but I don't know why. It seems to be a forgotten memory. Looks like we will need to reconstruct it to fully restore. I'll need your help, Billy.
Okay.
Hey, weirdo. You can't hide from us forever.
Yeah, you can't find who you are. You're nothing but a blown up speaker that an idiot will confuse as a microphone.
Failure, 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 failure. Ouch, what just happened?
What happened?
I remember now. Remember what I told you about my school life?
Yes, I do.
Well, high school was when I finally snapped. A group of bullies were tormenting me every day throughout my first year to the point where I started hating myself. Whoa, that didn't sound very good. Do you mind leaving me and Billy alone? I want this to be a one-on-one conversation. Got it. Anyway, I was running from them one day and went to the gym. That was the time I discovered not only this lovely device I'm wearing, but more importantly, a headset called the Ultra Fix 'em Up. They were both created by my little cousin named Density. She was a high school genius despite only being 5 years old at the time. Even then, when I tested it, it failed. I went into a state of shock and fell shortly after. Ever since, I've been visiting this place every time I go to sleep, and from time to time, these thoughts and emotions come biting back at me.
Well, I'm very sorry that you had to go through this. If only there was something that I could do.
Well, I'm just not sure what I could do. If only life was as simple and positive as childhood. Even in middle school, everything was moving smoothly for me, especially after discovering that I'm non-binary. But once high school came around, I felt like I was shoved into the harsher depths of life without any notice.
Hey, I'm glad that I met you. You look like a promising beam of sunshine who could honestly create more fun with me and the crew.
I doubt that. Ever since that headset incident back in high school, my confidence, self-esteem, and interest started to slowly fade away. I did eventually graduate from high school, and which I tried looking towards making a career within making sweet books for pop-up, using all the energy I had left. However, when I attempted to head to a place where I could grow, I ended up in a frozen wasteland after a failed pop flight that I was in crashed into the water. I found no one to spend with other than my woeful little snowball. Life for me then just became bleak. I was fully exhausted and became very timid. I was surprised when Frank came along with that cat one day looking for an advanced robot I found just a little while earlier. But even then, I had to wear a mask over myself just to present myself as normal as possible to you guys, until I couldn't fully handle it anymore. There were already cracks in my persona from the start, and it all came apart shortly after I found out I somehow radiated censorship around me. That newly discovered fact just adds in a lot of confusion to all the curiosity I have. Honestly, I'm a complete mess at this point.
Emily, I want to help you. This woman's been following around you for far too long. You'll live a better life if we find a way to bring you out of it.
How? I don't even know where to start.
Well, buddy, I just so happen to live in the town where the happiness rate is off the charts. The name's Insemiton. I love my friends. They're a very amazing group of people, and I think you'll love them too. There are also a lot of other citizens too that you would be happy to be part of. Some of them even identify similar to you and would be so happy to hear your story.
Wow, that looks more vivid than everything that I saw in my universe. Mine's just 1 to 24/7 and almost everyone was distant from each other.
You should come with me. I'll make sure that you'll live a better life, have a happier future, and get an opportunity to carve a diem with us.
Carpe diem? What's that?
Many people like to seize the day. It's a Latin phrase. Trust me. It's a good thing. And all my other friends like to do it their own different way. Maybe you could kickstart a writing career in Sandington for everyone to enjoy.
Huh. Cool.
So you want to come?
Yes. Yes, I do. Aw, that's so sweet.
Hey, Emily?
Yeah?
Do you wanna?
Guys, it's happening. What's happening? The corruption beings. They're starting to take over. Billy, whatever you want to ask me, you'll have to ask me later. Right now, we need to protect the multiverse. We need the Carpe Diem. Yeah.
Yes! Everyone, get the birds! Get the ball!
Yeah. Oh no, they came earlier than we expected. Guys, you got everything ready? Yep, all the censorship is prepared and all the equipment is ready.
Good, let's get going.
You guys can... Yeah, let's go.
Come on, guys, let's join the fight.
Yeah, this is amazing.
What's
Thanks.
She's Where is everyone?
Why don't you come find out?
Whoa.
Hey, Skyer, how's the fight going for you?
Not very well. I feel like a lot of the spirits are being gathered up by the corruption beings.
Yeah, I'm starting to see that too.
Us too.
Alright guys, you're all coming with us. We're taking the Phantom Spirit too.
Oh no. Wow, we're doomed. Yeah.
Wait! Where's Bottles, Clue, and Borg?
I'm not sure. I wonder what they're doing.
Yeah.
Are you done yet? I'm starting to get sick of all that banging.
Yeah, got it. Yeah. Cashew, I'm scared. I know, but everything's going to be okay. How? We got nothing to fight back with.
Well, I got this. It's your birthday present.
Really?
Yes, open it up.
Wow, a toy helicopter. Thanks, Cashew.
You're welcome.
Hello? Hello? Is anyone there? Hello? Oh, hi, Cashew. How are you doing?
Not very well. We're stuck in a shed and there are people trying to break in. That's not good. We're trapped in our base. Is your mother here?
Nope.
Oh no. I hope that she's okay. I'll contact you again if something happens, okay?
Okay, bye. What are we going to do?
I don't know. We'll have to think of something to get out of this mess.
Well, there's this way cannon. Would that do something?
Maybe, but it's placed too high for any of us to reach.
Carry me up. I'll try to get it. Almost got it. Almost got it. There we go.
Now what?
Well, this is thing we turn. Fire?
No.
Electricity?
No.
Imagination?
Sure. Let's try that one. Aim it at your helicopter.
Why?
Well, if it's imagination, then we can make it whatever we want, right?
Good point. Let's do it.
Well guys, the takeover is well underway. I believe that after this is done, we'll live in a great paradise. Yeah!
What was that? What the?
Newsflash, a giant helicopter is about to spread fuel across the land. I suggest that you keep your balance tight and feeling terror.
I know. Ah! Ah!
Let's get going.
Yep, let's start at that base. Ah! Ah! Ah!
What was that? I'm not sure.
Come on, we have to gather everyone else.
All right. Wow, you really did it, you guys. Thanks. Now let's get the others. Hey guys, come on. Bottles, you've come to save us.
Okay, guys, what do we do with Samuel Duck Void? He might be very powerful at this point.
Plus, he's got Velvet, so if we don't figure anything quick, then we're all doomed. Maybe we can use the remaining equipment we have to use against him?
That won't work. They're weak compared to him.
Maybe we trap him and suck all the spirits out?
He's too powerful and smart to fall into that.
Hey, can you remind me again why he wants to take over the multiverse?
He and the other corruption beings want to take over the multiverse because they want all the owners that are over it back, and they want to take full control of us all and alter the multiverse to a dark shadow of itself.
Well, we have a ray cannon. It has a piece of vessel shift inside. Maybe we use the vessel shift as a power source, have Emily be a generator to jumpstart our larger capacity, and have all of us use who each of us are as a weapon to charge against Star Lord Dark Void. Will that possibly work?
You know what? This might actually work. I've never thought of that. Let's use a helicopter as a base and get everything ready for a giant release of speciality. What do y'all think?
I like that idea. We should go for it. Yeah, we should.
Okay then, let's get to work.
Wherever you are, you can't escape me. I know where you are. You all know that you can't escape me. So give up. Where? Oh, you, little dummy.
Hey, right there, you big giant.
Ooh, this'll be a piece of cake. Here. Ooh, you wanna play a game, huh? Okay, let's play.
Skylar, prepare the fast charge.
You got it. Okay, I'm starting to get tired. Why don't we play some games instead?
Okay,
Why are we playing games now?
can't you see? This is our chance to prepare for a final attack without him noticing.
Good idea.
Cupid, Cashew, you two take the red cannon and transform the interior of the helicopter to suit the final attack. You got it?
Got it.
Battles, you're going to come right up bubble and play games with him. You got it?
Yep. Alright, are you ready to play games? Sure, let's get this done with. Let's start with tic-tac-toe. Wait, but I'm starting first. Oof, you win! Yay! Okay, let's try something else. Rock, paper, scissors? Sure. 203? Okay. 305? Okay. Wait. Let's just play chance instead. Sure.
Are you almost ready? Yep.
How are you so good at these things? Exercise and homework can enable you to go places. You should try them. If only I graduated high school. Bye. You know what? How about just finish the offer and get to work on the takeover?
How about now? It's not just a normal ride, it's a peace machine.
You could play a dirt game.
Ouch, what happened? Where is everyone? Skylar? Bottles? Borg? Glue? Billy? Emily? Cashew? Where are you, buddy? Cashew! Sir Lord Darkvoid, is that you?
Who? I have no idea who you're talking about. My name is Lasso.
Sorry, you look similar to Sir Lord Darkvoid.
That's alright. Anyway, do you know what this place is?
I have no idea. I was in a battle with my friends as we fought against Sir Lord Darkvoid. Here, I have a photo.
Hey, that does look like me. Let me check my scanner out and see what's going on. Hey, it is me. What exactly happened to me?
Well, this cat named Comet told me all about this multiverse stuff when I got to see Skylar again shortly before he went to bed. She told me something about you guys wanting revenge.
Really? All that I remember is that me and my people released a storm on the world as a response to a terrible reaction. All we wanted to do was to help you guys, not hurt you.
That must have been before the multiverse was created, as I never existed in the old world.
Ooh, so you're saying that this multiverse of yours is new?
Actually, it has existed for a very long time.
Cool. Now if only I knew exactly what happened.
Maybe this puzzle will help?
I never saw it before, but maybe.
What happened?
I'm sorry.
What do you mean?
I'm sorry for everything. The closing element is had taken over us and controlled us like we're puppies of the storm. I had no idea how much damage I did till now. Plus, while some of my people were upset that they told me so, I guess we may have taken our reaction a bit too far.
It's okay.
Well, I guess we're stuck here for eternity. To be honest, I felt like you would have had a great life based on what I control, Cupid.
Really?
Yup, and you know what? I have something for you. I feel like you should have this.
Wow, really?
Yup, keep it.
Thanks. I'm going to open it now.
Wait, hold on, that's not friendly. Whoa, what just happened?
The charge is inside of me.
Is that dangerous?
It's safe. Now if only I'd be able to let it grow.
What do you mean?
I would only become a vessel being after it unleashes on me, but I can't because I'm not alive.
Not on my watch.
What's that?
A portal to another side of life. I will use it on myself, but I can't because I'm still a human being. You, on the other hand, are not just a spirit, so you can go through it and regain your life.
Thanks.
Hey Cupid,
Yeah,
if you can, do you think you could find a way to free me and my people? I would appreciate it.
my friends have already freed your people, but I'll make sure that you get out of this place. I promise. I'll just need a blank letter and a pen.
Sure.
Bye. Cupid,
Come on, wake up.
You can do it, sweetheart.
Sweetheart?
I'll explain it to you later, Mom. Guys, she's waking up. Skylar?
Cupid! I'm glad you're okay.
Where are we?
I suggest you look out the window, kid.
What's happening?
Yeah, so that's good news and bad news. Good news is that we won the battle. But bad news is that we may not be able to walk past that. We may win as a repeat. Sorry.
No, it can't be. I recently turned 8. My life can't end like this.
Sorry. What's that?
The channeler?
What's he doing coming here? The letter. Whoa, did he just?
He sacrificed himself. But why?
I'm not sure.
What's that?
Comet?
Are you okay?
I'm not sure. What? Why do I look different? It's a letter from the channeler. Dear everyone, sorry this has caused you any confusion, so let me straighten this out. I noticed that the multiverse was in grave danger.
So I decided to come and sacrifice myself if it meant that everyone would continue to live their lives. I know that this will cause some of you to mourn about my loss, but this was the best for everyone. Before I go, I want to say some things to some people. First, Skylar, I'm proud of your accomplishments and efforts that you have made during the battle. I know that being the first of being at war was a very difficult task to handle, but I knew that you would make a good warrior. I wish you the best of luck in the rest of your story, as there's now no need for mass conflict. Live your life as you best see fit. Next, Emily, I know that you lived a tough life, and I can understand the hoops that you've had to go through. I hope that now that you're living with your new friends, that sunshine will finally come and warm up your story as it goes on. I grant you and the rest of your story lots of love and happiness. Nurse, Comet, and Velvet, you two are always my favorite people to spend time with, and I'm proud of your accomplishments too. I'm also thankful that you two taught Skylar everything you know and allowed him to get a grasp of what vessel beings can do. Velvet, I hope that you'll spend the rest of eternity with joy. Thanks for everything. Comet, you may have noticed that you look a little different. That's because I have given you the extraordinary powers that I have had since the very beginning. I'm naming you the new channeler of the multiverse. I know that you'll do a great job. I wish you the best of luck. Lastly, Cupid, you are a wonderful kid, and I hope that you live the best story as possible. You give out happiness, joy, and kindness throughout everything you do, and that's something I'm proud of. Also, I've read your letter. I'm glad that you're wishing peace throughout everyone, even the most harmful of enemies. I have ensured that Star-Lord Dark Void, or as he now known as Lasso, that he and every other parallel human gets a second chance at life. I've created a very special place just for them, so that they can have new experiences and a fresh start at their own stories. Thanks for everything, you guys. This life of mine was spent wonderfully throughout every single day, and I wish that the multiverse lives on forever in peace and love.
With great love, the channeler. Wow, that was the best letter I've ever read.
Yeah, we all owe thanks to both him and Comet. Comet gave all of us our own stories to live by, and the channeler looked after every single one of them. Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
You're welcome.
Well, I guess I might as well take all of you home. It's the best thing I could do for you guys right now.
Well, Skylar, you really did great for setting up the party for the new year.
Thanks. I remember the day that we met 2 years ago, Skylar. I'm glad that it happened.
Me too. Plus, we grew a clue throughout that amount of time. Hey guys, Billy and Emily are here.
Hey, Skylar. I hope we ain't too late for the fireworks.
Actually, you two are right on time. Come on in. How are you two?
Good. Emily's starting to feel more confident within Sainton. And happy after they started to manage their stress better with advice from their new psychiatrist. Now a happier yet still amazing non-binary.
I couldn't have done any of this without my lovely partner by my side.
Aw, thanks.
Hey guys, the fireworks are ready. Come on outside. Are you ready?
Yes. Wow, they look so pretty. I agree, my buddy. Yeah, buddy, we can't officially date until the teens, but I believe this will let us prepare for that time. Well, we got 5 years till that happens, and I personally can't wait. Me too. Aw, that's adorable. What do you think, Skylar?
I agree with you, Bottles.
I can't wait to find someone to be with. I'm going to get some pop quick.
So, Skylar, what are your New Year's resolutions? Well, Glue, after what we've just been through, I just want to have some peaceful fun with my friends. Well said, Skylar. Well said.
It's fine. Let's say Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.